What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you are brand new here, welcome to the channel. Today's video, if you couldn't tell by the title or the thumbnail, is the update video on my M&P 2.0 Metal HD. Let's talk about that. So if you are new here, I do have the first initial impressions video on this steel frame gun. It was about 2 months ago. I'll link it in the top corner. So I don't really track my rounds like that, but this is probably, if I had to guess, about a 3,000 round. So I have been shooting this all competitions and practice. So this is pretty much my only gun at this point that I've been shooting. I do have my 5-inch polymer gun that I ported that I've shot at like an indoor match once since then, but every competition round has basically been through this gun, and 99.9% of practice rounds have been through this gun too. So I have a few rounds through it, have some thoughts on it, and let's go over what we've done to the gun overall, what updates have been done since the last video, and yeah, what I can remember from the last video, what we had done was the optics plate and the trigger. I think that was all that was done to the gun. Since then, there's obviously been a few changes. We'll go over what I like about the changes or what I don't like about the changes, and just overall reliability of the guns. This gun has been pretty much 100% reliable. The only issues I've had has either been magazine related or ammo related, which I mean, you could say it's the gun, but it's not the gun. Most of the rounds I've shot through this gun until recently have been Blazer 124s. I've never had an issue with Blazer 124s. I was unable to get Blazer 124s once, so I got PMC Bronze 124s with that ammo. Guess the primers are a little harder than normal. Well, normal, but a little harder than the CCI/Blazer ones. And I did have a couple like light strikes, which can or cannot be an issue with the gun. I know M&Ps in general like softer primers, so you can go with that. I did have I call it a squib. Someone else said it wasn't a squib, but I did have a round not go out the end of the gun. Once again, that's not the gun's fault. And then one of my magazines will lock back sometimes, not all the time, with one round left in the magazine. And that is most likely my follower, my spring just being a little worn out and not pushing that round up enough. Otherwise, gun been pretty much 100%. The only, I guess, thing that was changed like in the gun is the trigger. No other springs have been changed. Stock recoil springs, stock striker, and all that other stuff. Everything else is completely stock in the gun. Just the trigger's changed. Then some of the add-on parts other than that. So reliability, been pretty damn good. No complaints there. Let's move on to parts on the gun. All right, so like I was saying earlier, I believe the only things that were done to the gun in the last video were the optics plate and the trigger. So since then we got a few more parts on. I think I even had it in the mail. So we do have underneath the grip, which we'll talk about in a second, we do have the calculated kinetics, I believe it was from them, the weighted grip insert thing. It's a piece of steel, goes underneath your grip, adds a little more weight down below. Pretty nice upgrade. I don't know if I could tell the difference, to be honest with you. It's heavier, it works, or doesn't. It works. Yeah, it works. The back strap itself, this is the large or the medium large, I don't remember, has this actual beaver tail thing on it. I silicone carbided this grip just because I wanted a little more grip on the back of the gun. I do not like using chalk just because I don't want it all over my hands and everything. So the extra grip from the silicone carbide is very nice. This one is the 4670. It's like high grip. There's, I think, 2 or 3 more levels of grippiness and then a few levels underneath, kind of like middle of the road grippiness. I don't have any complaints about the amount of grip. I don't think I would want more grip, and less grip maybe, but there's a good amount of grip on it. This, the way I grip the gun, everyone kind of does it a little bit different, but I almost get a little bit of like diagonal grip, and I like kind of grab this, I kind of get this back corner like that as I'm gripping. Adds a lot of extra grip for it, and I can get my hand on there nice and tight, and I don't have to worry about the gun moving. Only downside to it is when you grab the gun and you have your grip, that's pretty much your grip. There's not much adjusting after that. Where your hand is, it's not as easy to move your hand around on the gun, but make it work. I've been shooting with this for I want to say it's more than a month. I feel like I've had this gun more than 2 months, but that's when the last video came out. But been shooting with this for a while now, and I have no complaints about it. I went up on the back strap on it. I thought it was going to annoy the crap out of me. Hasn't bothered me yet, so I still left it. I haven't cut it off yet. But yeah, silicone carbide. Then moving, I guess, forward from that, we're going to talk about this thing last. Moving forward from that, we do have the extended mag release. Finally got in stock from Springer Precision. I have this on my black polymer gun. I've used it and enjoyed it since I've had it on that gun. My tan polymer gun has the other version of it. Also good, either or, both work for me. This one happened to be in stock, and it came in the nice silver color to match trigger and barrel and stuff like that, so I went with that. Some people have this issue. I've never had this issue until recently, which I don't know if it was 100% me or wasn't inserted right, but whatever. But some people have this problem with this big extended mag release. When they go weak hand, they kind of get it right in that finger, and they'll kind of push the magazine. Like I said, I've never had that issue. Switching over, no problem. Reload, switch over, not dropping magazines. Never had that issue, but some people have that issue, so just keep that in mind if you're thinking of going extended mag release. Moving on from there, we did install the Apex Tactical Gunsmith Fit barrel. So one thing about this barrel is this is actually fitted to my other gun. Took it out of that gun, put it in this gun. Probably slightly less lockup than the other gun. How they want you to set it up, I think they changed this actually, but the way they wanted you to like fit it to the gun is you kind of fit it, and then when you bring the slide down, you kind of just let it sit like really soft, and like your slide is not going to go fully into battery, and it would take like 2 pounds of pressure to push it into battery. I don't know where they come up with that, or how you're gonna figure out what 2 pounds is, but this one kind of just drops right in. It doesn't feel like it has any lockup, but this one compared to the stock barrel in the gun, I would say about 100% improvement on accuracy. So a stock gun was shooting about 4-ish inch group, I think, if I remember correctly. I decided, let me just take this barrel out of the other gun, since the other gun's just like my backup gun now. Put it in here, shoot with this. This is now under 2 inches at 25 yards. Is it a completely necessary upgrade? I don't know. I did make master class in CO with my black polymer gun, completely stock barrel, so I don't know if you need it. You will see the differences, I guess, when you have like a further shot out and you need to be super accurate. It's an open paper, far out, you're gonna be on paper, but if it's like a head box or something like that further, or like a tux or something like that, you could call a good shot, and if your gun isn't accurate, like, then you're kind of screwed. So that's when you'll start to see the differences. I don't know if it's completely necessary. That's up to you, I guess. Back from there, Apex Tactical Trigger. At the time of purchasing the trigger, there was none available at all on the entirety of the internet. I found one that was available. It happened to be red, so I bought it anyway. I actually sanded or sandblasted off the anodizing, the red anodizing, and I tried to polish it a little bit. Looks pretty good. I think it works. I think it fits the aesthetic of the gun with all the other small stainless parts. Apex Tactical Trigger, pretty much a must for these guns, I would say. If you see, you got that take up and very crisp break. Reset isn't amazing on these triggers, to be honest. The reset isn't super audible. I'm gonna try to get the mic close by. That's not the reset, it's right there. So when I'm shooting a stage, I don't notice that. I don't really ever notice that when I'm shooting this gun, because when I am shooting this gun, I am shooting like that. So we're not riding the reset or anything like that. So I don't really care about the reset that much. But if you're a big like trigger snob with that stuff, that's a thing, I guess. So the other two things that were improvements that I've done to this gun, then like I said, we're going to talk about the slide stop in a minute. All these sharp edges on the trigger guard and stuff like that, I gave it long enough. They dig into your hand a little bit when you're gripping the gun. Definitely get it right in that corner of your knuckle right there as you're gripping the gun. and not so much on support hand, but you do get a little support hand on the trigger guard. I don't know why they left them all sharp, but I took a Dremel to this. I rounded off that edge because at this point I was like, I don't care. It's getting rounded off. It's been annoying the hell out of me. I might get this repainted at some point in the near-ish future. Not sure just yet, but possible. Creature comfort, I like that. Then other thing I did, I actually, so if you are shooting IPSC, let me do a little quick disclaimer here. If you shoot IPSC, this is an illegal modification. Do not do it. USPSA, this is allowed. So I did take a Dremel, kind of rounded the magwell out a little bit, smoothed the edges, polished it just a little bit. Anyone that shoots an MFP knows that these things kind of suck reloading. So just any little extra bit there to aid in getting your reload a little faster, I'm all for it. Seems to be working out so far. Is it necessary? I don't think so. I don't know if it helped that much. Just a little bit smoother having the magazine jam up on it. A little bit smoother having the magazine go in if you catch like a little bit edge, but it's not night and day. Doesn't make you reload better. You should be practicing your reloads because sucks on this gun. The last modification that I've done to this gun, which is probably like, I might go back to stock with this one, to be honest with you. I don't feel any need to do any other modifications to the gun. I know the company Mischief Machine or whatever makes a back strap. I think they make a steel one for that to add some weight to the gun, but I think it looks absolutely horrendous, and I don't think I will ever put that on my gun because it looks fucking horrible, to be honest with you. This slide stop, slide release looks cool. Gets it up out of the way. So there was a steel match, very steel open at my range about a month or so ago, about a 600 round match. By the midday of day 2 or the end of day 2, I was starting to get some pain. I was starting to like feel it right here. And right there is when I grip the gun, the slide release is right there, and the stock one on the gun sticks out pretty far. It's their extended one. My black polymer gun has the older style, like more flat one. This one had the big honking one that I kind of used to really like, and I guess now I don't like it. But gripping the gun between the silicone carbide on the hand and then that spot right there, it was starting to get to me, and I was like, let me make this a little bit more comfortable to shoot. So we got this Primatia, or it used to be Cageworks or Cagworks. Got the Primatia slide stop, slide release. Kind of sucks. I would not recommend it other than getting it up out of the way. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should probably be following me on Instagram, but I did a whole deep dive for story thing about this slide stop and why it sucks. It doesn't work every single time. Sometimes you can get it to stay. I haven't figured out the trick how to lock it back from this side of the gun yet. If you lock it back from the ambi side, it works. It puts your slide release in a very nice spot where you don't really have to break the grip. For me, if you see, this is pretty much where my hand would be. Barely get like the edge of the stock slide release, slide stop, which I'm never really reloading from that anyway, but just nice. This is kind of just right there, drop the slide, it works. So it has been so far reliable at locking back with a regular lock back follower. All my followers in my extended magazines, competition mags, are all non-lock back. So we don't care about that. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's just an issue, as you can see. We'll lock back, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. There's not much engagement on that little tab that catches the slide. Do what you want with that information. I probably wouldn't recommend it. Also, if you see here, it kind of blocks the ejection port just a little bit. Don't know if it's an issue yet. I did notice shooting it yesterday at the Tuesday night steel at my local range, unloading and showing clear. The rounds didn't seem to be ejecting out like they normally would when you do like that and like try to be a cool guy and catch it. They were just kind of like dribbling out. I don't know if that's that, or maybe I just wasn't slamming the slide back hard enough or whatever, but yeah, I don't like it. Now the steel frame does soak up a lot of the recoil. I kind of downplayed this gun a little bit, I think, in my original video, but yeah, this gun's awesome. I love it. Soaks up the recoil, no problem. if you get a quote-unquote competition load, it shoots really nice. I've noticed more sometimes that some of the factory loads are a little bit hotter than like a competition load, but yeah, it shoots really nice. Shoot one. Drop that, and let's see if we get a nice ejection. Doesn't feel right. I feel like it's hitting that slide release on the way out. Doesn't seem to be an issue while shooting because all my rounds are falling all the way over there, but just something to note, I guess. All right, then last thing, I guess, but not least, if you're still watching this video, thank you, is holster fitment. So I carry a Tier 1 Apex holster. My polymer gun just drops right in. The steel frame, it's just a little wider somewhere. It fits in the holster, no problem, but it does like rub a little more going in and out, if that makes sense. So maybe you could see like some of the Kydex like coming off on the dust cover itself and like the trigger guard and whatnot, but works in all the same holsters and everything. So yeah, once again, no regrets. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking around. Leave some comments down below about what you think about the gun. Are you M&P gang? Are you thinking of switching to M&P gang? And whatnot. I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you want to support the channel in any way, use the links down below in the description. We got some links for some merch like hats and t-shirts and stuff like that. If you want to support the channel by not using any of your money, just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments down below, share it and whatnot. I will see you guys in the next one. Let's get out there and shoot a match, and let's eventually make GM together. Peace out.